there, my name is LexC and thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be reviewing the song Watching Me by Tragman. Now, if you would like your song to be reviewed by me, you can send $25 to my Cash App, to my Venmo, PayPal, or my Zelle, and I will review $25 for every 3 songs. So my Cash App is #LexCATL, PayPal and Venmo at LexCSolo@gmail.com, and my Zelle is 404-552-5514. But let's get into this music review of Watching Me by Tragman. This is with Geechee Commission ENT, produced by Kurt Cobain. Let's get into it.
Yeah, Tragman.
B, man. Rock solid, man. GC, man. Yeah.
Out here night till the morning. You know that. Moving CDs and steady touring. While it's snoring, I'ma keep them jonesing. I gotta keep them watching me. Out here night till the morning. You know that. Moving CDs and steady touring while it's snoring. I'ma keep them jonesing. I gotta keep them watching me. Circle of bosses, boy, COB, dog, no middleman. Get your commission, welcome to that Geechee land. It's grind mode time, time to load the minivan with CDs, posters, and whatever hit it can. Last year made a few grand, what I would give to touch 100 grand. Got a plan to put me up in high demand. Video at the video, all that they can stand, dropping bomb shit. No Afghanistan, touring state to state, slowly converting fans, signing autographs till my fingers cramps. Appreciate the love, y'all made me who I am. Taking pics, yes, baby girl, we can do it for the gram. She whispers in my ear, we can dip off if you can. I said cool, as long as you ain't got a man. I said I need some green, approximately 7 grams. Smoking a long stroking, no ambamment, thank you, man. Out here night till the morning, you know that. Moving CDs and steady touring while it's snoring. I'ma keep them jonesing, I gotta keep them watching me. Out here night till the morning, you know that. Moving CDs and steady touring while it's snoring. I'ma keep them jonesing, I gotta keep them watching me. It's verse 2, time for me to up the stakes. Tired of being a big fish, baby, in a shallow lake. Trying to be a great white, meaning a heavyweight in an ocean with plenty space. The opposite of broke, don't call me and Jace. I'm trying to have a hottie with a body, little waist, and a mansion with the gold streets like the pearly gates. Maybe I can be big with a little faith, long as I keep running and I don't lose my pace, and I keep it really all time, the opposite of fake. Then I'll be recognized and finally get my break. Break a glass ceiling, ascend into the outer space. But until then, I'ma ball you down like an iron gate. My loyal fans keep bumping on my tapes. As long as my team is down, guarantee you we gon' ache. If you a hustler, then you know you can't relate. If you a hater, then boy, you already lost, the opposite of great. Out here night till the morning, you know that. Moving CDs and steady touring while it's snoring. I'ma keep them jonesing, I gotta keep them watching me. Out here night till the morning, you know that. Moving CDs and steady touring while it's snoring. I'ma keep them jonesing, I gotta keep them watching me.
All right. Let me just jot down a few more notes. Okay. So That was Watching Me by Tragman. That's Geechee Commission ENT, produced by Kurt Cobain. Watching Me by Tragman. So here are my thoughts on the song. This is the second song I'm hearing from you, and I'll give the same critique as the one that I did for How I Get Down. The leads could be a bit more clear, only in the beginning though. As the song went along, well actually let me switch that. The leads could be more clear in the hook. I feel like you could do a better job of separating the different layers of the vocals that it has. It sounds like you had your ad-libs in the center, and it sounds like the main lines of the song were panned out. I don't know if this is like a trend that you like, or if you like your music to sound that way, where your leads are panned out instead of being in the center, but I heard that and I noticed that your leads were panned out and your ad-libs were in the middle. And then I think you have a couple other layers that might be panned out a little bit further, and they're kind of matching your lead. So it's just my preference, but when I'm doing stacks, I like the lead to take the lead to stand out more, and I like for the stacks to be, depending on what they are, if they're harmonies or if they're simply adding more fullness or more body to the lead, I like them to be more in the background. Depending on the note that I'm singing, I like it to be more felt than heard. So I would recommend that you be careful on how you are panning out your stacks when you're doing those things, and maybe reevaluate how you are placing your ad-libs versus where you're placing your leads. I could hear your ad-libs very clearly when they were in the center. When you were playing the leads of the hook, because they were panned out, they weren't as clear. So I feel like if you want people to remember the hook of the song, which is the most important part, be careful about where you're placing those. The leads of the song on the verses, they didn't sound like they were as panned out as on the hook. And again, that's probably because you stacked the hook quite a few times, and maybe you were trying to pan everything out to make it sound more full. But sometimes when doing that, when you forget to leave vocals in the center, it becomes not as clear and it becomes hard to hear what you're actually saying. And if the goal is to let people sing along to your music, then you definitely don't want to lose out on clarity of the vocals. So I would definitely say be mindful of that. I felt like there was a lot going on vocally with the first hook. And again, that has to do with the stacking and the way that was panned out. But that same issue was not as prevalent in the second and third hook of the song. So we're just gonna skip across that line right there. There was a moment around 2 minutes and 40 seconds where I think the ad-libs weren't matching what the leads were about to say. So I would be careful before you finish bouncing a song or before you release. Make sure that you are combing through each layer of the song as you are going. Sometimes we might change the leads, we might change the lyrics on the song, but we might forget to change the layer of the ad-lib, or we might forget to change the background layers or the stacks or something like that. So be careful with that. And I really like the beat of this song. It has a nice little bounce to it, especially the guitar. I think it's either a pluck bass guitar, I think is what it is, that main leading bass line that's going throughout the song. That gives it a really good vibe and a really nice bop. The last critique I would give for this song, I would say make the hook a little bit more interesting by adding more harmonies to it. So you got the stacking down pat, it sounds very full. You just have to be mindful on how you're panning your stacks, but to add another layer to it, I would say make sure that you make use of harmonies. Now, I don't know how good your singing voice is right now, but I would always caution everybody or encourage everybody, you know, try to sing a little bit if you can. You don't have to be a really good singer, but if you can hold a note or hold a tune pretty well, try to dive into doing some harmonies. Now, a harmony is just going to be either a higher pitch or a lower pitch compared to what your lead vocal is. So let me see if I can find it here.
Sing me, gotta keep 'em watching me. Out here night till the morning. It's pretty tall, I'ma keep 'em jonesing. I gotta keep 'em watching me.
So something like that, and I'm sorry I don't know the words. And actually that brings up a good point for me. Trying to follow along with your hook Hearing it the first time, I didn't catch on to the melody of your hook. Trying to repeat after you the second time hearing it, I still hadn't caught on to the melody of the hook. So I would also caution to try to find something a little more catchy, a little bit easier for people to mimic and to copy after you. Part of the hook is making sure it's something that's simple and catchy so everybody can sing along and will instantly be able to remember. Me trying to do a harmony with you and I couldn't quite follow the melody, that might pose an issue for you if you're looking for that big hit, that breakout hit, to follow up with this or a different hit that you might be pushing at the time. So keep that in mind as well. But as far as the harmony, did you hear how I was going a bit above? There were some parts in the hook where it seemed like the note that you chose to sing was too low for you to maintain in certain parts of the hook. So you also want to be careful of that, because if you're singing notes that you can't properly execute, that means the audience can't clearly hear it. And again, clarity is very important when you are doing songs. You want people to hear what you're saying. You want people to be able to follow what you're saying and be able to mimic it and remember it. So definitely be careful on that. But overall, I think the song has a nice bop to it. Again, work on the melody and something that's more catchy and easy to follow. Overall though, thank you so much for sending me this song to review. This is Tragman, Watching Me. And they want us to know that this is Geechee Commission ENT, produced by Kurt Cobain. If you are an artist and you would like for me to review your songs as well, it's $25 per 3 songs. You can send payment to my Cash App, cash symbol LexCATL, my Venmo or my PayPal, lexisolo@gmail.com, or to my Zelle, that's 404-552-5514, and let me know if you want me to review your stuff privately through email, or if you want me to go ahead and review it through YouTube for the rest of the world to see as well. And I'll keep all that information in the description down below. Let me know if you agree with my review or if you disagree. Do you like the song? Do you not like the song? Make sure to give me a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so you can see more content like this. And if you are an artist, remember to check out the description, the information in my description down below, so you can find out how to get your songs reviewed on my channel, where to send your links and your MP3s and all of that jazz. But thank you so much again to Tragman. This was Watching Me. Thank you for your song submission, and thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, my name is LexC. Peace.
Yeah. Tragman. Tragman, man. Rock solid, man. GC, man. Yeah. Out here night till the morning. You know that.